going to do it scared this year, you guys. I'm going to do it not knowing the full outcome, but I'm going to do it anyways. Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on today's video. I realized in my last video I didn't go into depth about what I wanted my channel to be about. I am someone who is very self-reflective, you guys. I'm big about self-improvement. I thought that as I moved through life and learned and experienced life, I wanted to create a platform where I could share the lessons and the things that I've learned and hopefully help uplift others and motivate others to do the same. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of different topics that I think all fall under one topic, which is how to get rid of self-doubt going into 2026. I definitely think self-doubt was something that I struggled with subconsciously. Was definitely someone who played it safe and stayed in my small bubble, you guys. And I still am a creature of habit. I really do believe, though, that you can't grow where you are comfortable. Well, I've gotten to a point in my life where I am ready to grow. I want to share the experiences and the lessons that I have learned. I wanted to talk to you guys about what self-doubt is. I did make some pointers and some, I guess you can say, like tips on things that I'm going to be doing, things that you guys can do as well. I wanted to give you guys a bit of a backstory about me. When I was 22, I was at a bit of a crossroads in life. So I moved 5 hours away from my hometown. I didn't know anyone in the city I was moving to. I only visited that city a couple times throughout high school for spring break and summer vacations. And I think when I was like 16 or 17, I decided I wanted to live there one day. My lease at the place I was renting was coming to an end, you guys. There was a job I was working which I did not like at all, and it was relocating, so I was going to have to move anyways if I were to stay at that job. There wasn't anything necessarily holding me back from making the move. Knew I wanted new opportunities. I wanted a new environment, you guys. I did have my own place, but my family was down the street from me. It was like, in a way, like a comfort knowing they were down the street, but I also wanted to test myself and test my independence and see what I was fully capable of on my own. I made the move within, I want to say, 2 months. It was like a really quick decision, you guys. I had to make the decision fast, but my first full night there alone, you guys, I was terrified. Like my legs were shaking, my heart was racing, you guys. I seriously felt like I was going to pass out from the anxiety, from the fear, you guys. But I survived. I figured it out. And what would this be now? Like 2 years? 2 years later now, I am here, resilient, confident, gained a bunch of experience and knowledge from it, you guys, and I'm so grateful for the decision to do that on my own. I think one of the core realizations with this experience, you guys, is your mind is stronger than you think. When you are facing your thoughts, you guys, you are discovering resilience. I want to get into talking about what self-doubt really is, because if you think about it, self-doubt is just a thought that you have. Self-doubt, in a way, is your mind trying to protect you from the fear of the unknown. Your mind whispers to you in ways, you're safe here, like you know this environment, you don't know what's going to happen when you make that move or when you make that choice. One single thought is standing between you and your full potential. So I wanted to talk to you guys about some actionable steps that we can take to eliminate our self-doubt going into 2026 and forward. If you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, you guys will be in the linked in the description below. I reposted this quote on my story, you guys, and I really liked this quote because it was very like eye-opening. And the quote was, "Stop asking directions from people who aren't going where you are going." The fact of the matter is, you guys, is some people feel threatened when you grow, when you have opportunities, when you are making better choices for yourself. These people might try to keep you small because they are often intimidated by your potential. They see what your potential is, even when you don't. So these people's words and actions might subtly gaslight you or manipulating you into doubting yourself so that you keep playing small, so that you don't outgrow these people or make them feel inadequate in their lives. This is why building a support network is a huge step in this, you guys. You want to be around people, you guys, who uplift you and who elevate you. You don't want to be around people who hold you back or give you fake support, you guys. I was applying for a job this one time and I reached out to someone. I remember talking to them and letting them know I applied for this job and I got an interview. I remember them saying, "It's just an interview, so I wouldn't get my hopes up." Or, "That sounds too good to be true. Are you sure you can trust it?" It was subtle ways to plant doubt in me and almost destabilize me in a way. Lesson here, you guys, is be selective who you surround yourself with, you guys. You want to choose people who celebrate you and who uplift you and push you forward in life. Your growth should not intimidate the people around you, you guys. If anything, it should motivate the people around you. So you want to build a genuine support circle, and I want you guys to recognize discouragement early so that you don't let it derail you from your journey and from your path of growth. I want you guys to be open to failure because self doubt, you guys, is rooted in the fear of failure, the fear of the judgment, or the fear of the embarrassment of what if I make this choice? What if I take this step and it doesn't work out? I often think people avoid applying for that job or starting that business, you guys, or making these big moves in life because they don't know the outcome. But I want you guys to shift your mindset from failure being a bad thing, you guys, because failure ultimately equals growth, you guys. It equals experience and knowledge that you have gained. The key idea here is action builds confidence. These small steps that you guys are taking or that you are working towards, I want you guys to think about your first day at a job. It's scary, it's intimidating, you're excited, but you're also worried. What if I make a mistake? What if I'm not the right fit? What if my coworkers don't like me? Eventually, you get to a point in that place of work where you realize, hey, this isn't fulfilling me as anymore. This isn't challenging me anymore. I've gained the skills, I've gained as much knowledge as I need or as I can here in this position. I've grown confident in this role. I know that I can now do this. You eventually outgrow that one job that you were worried about on your first day. Action is what transforms doubt and fear into confidence, knowledge, and experience. Each step that you take, no matter how small, teaches you something new and proves that you are capable of doing these things. This follows into the next step that I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is stepping outside of your comfort zone. I wanted to give an important disclaimer here, you guys. We are still being safe. We are still being healthy. We are still respecting our emotional and mental boundaries and values, you guys. We are not putting ourselves in unsafe situations or chasing approval of others just to step outside of our comfort zone. Just some examples I wrote down. I want to try doing more in the new year is complimenting someone. Maybe you see them wearing a jacket or you like the smell of their cologne. Try a new hobby. For me, I want to go horseback riding, you guys, and I want to do yoga this year. That's on my list of things to start doing this year. I also want to start making more, I guess, like dog parent friends. You know, like I think it would be cool to like meet some other, try a new hobby. For me, I want to go horseback riding, you guys, and want to do yoga this year. That's on my list of things to start doing this year. I also want to start making more, I guess, like dog parent friends. You know, like I think it would be cool to like meet some other dog owners and eventually like go for like some walks, that sort of thing, build a circle that way as well. Wearing something that you normally or usually wouldn't, you guys, and this could lead to you eventually finding your new style. If it is scary but exciting, you guys, that means you're growing. If it's terrifying and draining, you guys, it might be too much for right now. If you guys feel pressured or unsafe or you feel like you're violating your values, you guys, this is a hard no. Stop comparing yourself to others. When you compare yourself to others, you guys, you are in a way invalidating your own life experiences and your own knowledge and lessons that you have gained coming to this point. There's a difference between looking up to people who motivate you and inspire you to do better in life. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Me personally, I love looking up to people who inspire me and motivate me and push me to go harder in life. But when it becomes a mindset of why can't I, or I should already be where they are in life, I think that's where the comparison starts. As the saying goes, where comparison starts, happiness ends. I think when you guys are focusing on the comparison side, you're looking at it from a lack thereof mindset rather than what could be or the potential for growth, or looking at it from what can I learn from this person to take actionable steps to get to where they are. I think when you compare yourself to others, you guys, it leads you to feeling unmotivated, jealous, eventually leads you to feeling like you are not good enough. I want you guys to change the thought process from why can't I be like them to what can I learn from them. The same destination does not always start on the same path. And I think that's something that I love about this era of social media. Everyone's a lot more open about their testimonies. For me personally, I love hearing success stories about these business owners and these multimillionaires who are uplifting and educating others, but they're also sharing their own experience of life. And this is where I started, and this is the house I grew up in. I think it's becoming more and more common and openly discussed, and I think that's what motivates me. If they can do it, why can't I? Stop people pleasing. I used to be a huge people pleaser, you guys. It was draining, it was tiring, you guys. I was basically like abandoning myself for the approval of others. Eventually, I kind of lost my self confidence there for a minute. Those of you who don't know me, I used to work in finance, in banking. I was an advisor. I had a manager who made the environment extremely difficult to work at. One day, I want to make an entire video just on the topic of people pleasing, but I just want to share this story today and see if any of you guys can relate. No matter what I did at this job, you guys, it was never enough. Even though I followed protocol, you guys, I met the compliance, I did what the customer needed, I closed out on the sale, you guys, there was always something that she would criticize. And over time, you guys, I was noticing a pattern. The behavior was manipulative, there was gaslighting, and I realized her ultimate goal wasn't to improve and uplift and educate, it was to break me down and to make me doubt myself. During the time that I worked there, you guys, I had unknowingly tied my self-worth and my confidence to her approval. And obviously, yes, as an employee, you do want your manager's trust and your respect, but I think this goes far beyond that. Eventually, I reached a point where I just said, enough is enough. And I took my power back and I became aware of the environment, the tactics that were being used. I stopped internalizing the criticism and I mentally just closed the door and you're not getting to me. I was not allowing someone else dictate how I saw myself. I realized eventually there was nothing I could do that would be good enough for her. I knew my work spoke for itself. Some people simply just try to break others down, and I refused to let that be my story. As difficult as that experience was, I eventually did end up losing my job, you guys. I lost my job. I no longer work there, but it was honestly the biggest blessing in disguise. It taught me so much about myself, much about others, you guys. People who you don't even truly know can be extremely unkind. Your confidence, your kindness, you guys, your authenticity, those are strengths, you guys. And not everyone can carry those qualities. And you should never dim your own light to try and make someone else comfortable. We will not be making ourselves smaller for anyone in 2026. Not this year and not any year after. I will continue to be kind, you guys. I will continue to be caring, compassionate, empathetic, and I will continue to walk into rooms with my head held high. And if that makes someone uncomfortable, so be it. Because I no longer need nor do I seek others' approvals. This is something that you have to be very mindful of as you grow in your confidence and as you grow in your self-worth, because as you start evolving and growing and you get more confident and you know yourself better, you guys, people around you notice and their true colors will show. Your growth will make them feel uncomfortable, you guys. It will make them reflect and look inwards and ask themselves, why can't they be happy like you? Why can't they be caring like you? They hate the light that shines on you because it reveals their darkness. They may try to manipulate you, you guys. They may try to gaslight you into shrinking back into that person or that version of you that they felt was easier to control. You can't let them win. That experience, you guys, didn't just change how I saw other people and how I viewed others, it also changed how I saw myself. It taught me that staying small and staying comfortable, you guys, can cost you a lot. Silence can slowly turn into self-betrayal. Always defend yourself and always advocate for yourself. Once you realize that, you guys, there's no going back. Let me just say this loud and clear. If there's one thing that this experience has taught me, is nothing changes until you decide that you've had enough. Growth does not come from waiting, you guys. It comes from choosing discomfort over regret. 2016, you guys, is not the year to play it safe. It is the year to step outside of what is comfortable and start choosing growth over familiarity. Just because it's familiar and just because you're comfortable there doesn't mean that it is healthy for you. So I want you guys to challenge yourself and stretch your limits and start checking the things off of your list that you've been putting off, the things that you said years ago that you would do someday. I want you guys to take that course, you guys, book that trip, have that difficult conversation with that person, go to that therapy session, let go of that toxic relationship. You move out of that city that no longer fits who you are becoming. So many people sit and wonder, why isn't my life changing? Why does everything feel stuck? True growth, you guys, requires letting things go. It requires movement. This is the year that you decide that settling is no longer an option. This is the year to say, I am done accepting less than I know I deserve, and to finally honor that promise that you made to yourself years ago. So I'm going to do it scared this year, you guys. I'm going to do it not knowing the full outcome, but I'm going to do it anyways because staying the same this year is no longer an option. This is the year for growth, you guys. I can feel it. I know a lot of other people are feeling it too. A lot is going to be changing this year, you guys. And I feel like this is the year where you either get on board or you miss the train. So get on board. These are the lessons that I've learned, and these are the standards that I'm carrying into 2026 and moving forward, you guys. If any part of this video resonated with you guys, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos moving forward. Bye everyone, and thank you for watching today's video. See you in the next one.